bookkeeping system is essential to managing your business. And in this video, I want to show you how to set up an effective bookkeeping system that is going to help you keep your business in financial health, help you make sure that you stay on track for profit, and making sure you track all of your income and expenses. But before we jump in, I'm going to need you to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this wealth building information. Now, let's get after it. Bookkeeping is a method in which you are going to track the books of your business, the actual counting of your business, to account for everything that has gone on in your business. As I go through each item on how you need to set up your bookkeeping system, I'm going to explain to you why this is so critically important as a business owner. The first thing you need to do to set up a bookkeeping system is you need to choose the method of accounting. The method of accounting is either going to be cash or accrual. There is a third method, hybrid, but for all intents and purposes, business owners are going to be the cash method or the accrual method. The cash method says, I'm going to record my income when I receive it, and I'm going to record my expenses when I pay them out. That's what the majority of taxpayers are on the cash method. But you may need to be on the accrual method if your business has a long cycle of completing projects or a long cycle of receiving your cash. Allow me to give an example. The accrual method means you're going to report income when that income is earned. That means that if a client pays an upfront retainer for work, I'm not going to record that as income. I'm only going to record it when I have delivered the product or the service to the client. That's when I would be recording it. So I'm on what you call the accrual method. I'm also on the accrual method. I'm going to accrue expenses that I know I have incurred before I receive a bill. Let me give an example. Let's say at the end of the year, I know that my employees worked that last week of the year in December, but they are not going to get paid until January. On the accrual method, I'm going to calculate their payroll and I'm going to record that expense in the current year, even though they don't get paid until the next year. Why? Because I incurred the expense. Businesses that choose the accrual method can a lot of times reduce their tax bill. Additionally, if your business is typically over a $10 million a year business, you have to be on the accrual method. So something for you to look into to help you minimize your taxes. The second thing that you need to do is you need to select the proper accounting software and system that you're going to utilize. Now, there are a lot of elaborate accounting softwares out there and systems, but for most business owners, I will tell you, being on QuickBooks is probably your best bet. The QuickBooks system is very user-friendly and it allows you to record transactions as if you were a normal person, not necessarily needing to understand accounting. But make no bones about it, you really do need to be an accountant to fully understand. There's reasons why accountants go to school for 4 years. When you are in your QuickBooks file and when you are making those transactions like sending invoices and writing checks, behind the scenes, QuickBooks is doing what we call double entry accounting. When you send on an invoice, they're setting up the accounts receivable for you so that you have that on your books. Many of you do not even know that, but that is why we end up getting ourselves into trouble when it comes to bookkeeping and accounting. But realize QuickBooks is a great system. Even though you use it, get yourself a great accountant so they can back you up and support you. Recording transactions. This is so critical. You want to make sure you always record your transactions. And let me tell you what transactions you need to be recording. You have to record every transaction based on source documents. And I want to explain source documents to you because this is a piece of accounting that gets a little confusing. Source documents are like your bank statements. So you're going to record every transaction that went through your bank statement. Source documents are like your credit card statement. You're going to record every transaction that went through your credit card statement so that you can balance out your books. When I ask a client, what is your beginning balance? What is your ending balance? I should be able to account for every transaction in between. Even if I took money out of my business, I should record that as a draw out of my business. Even if I put money into my business, because I put money into my bank statement, I should be recording that as a capital contribution to my business. So at the end of the day, all transactions balance. And that is really important because I can certainly tell you, I can review somebody's books and records, I can look at somebody's tax return, and I can tell if their transactions are out of balance. And if I can tell, so can the IRS. And if it's out of balance, something is missing. And the last thing you want to do is put the IRS on a wild goose chase. So make sure you record all of your transactions. Organizing receipts and invoices are so important. Many of us are using digital everything. That's just where we are now, right? We use digital payments and digital receipts, and everything is electronically. And once we pay something, the receipt directly goes into our email. But do not forget to download all of your receipts. Do not forget to download all of your invoices. If you have 2 clients, and you're invoicing them monthly, you should have 24 invoices printed to go in with your books and records. You should have all of your receipts to go in with your books and records. I know it's not perfect, and I know that's a lot of documentation, but the law requires us to have it. What if you go out and you pay something with cash? We do that from time to time. When you maintain your receipts, accountants can do what we call adjusting journal entry, record that transaction or book that transaction into your books so that you can account for every single expense. Receipts and invoices are mission critical. Make sure you keep up with them. Reconciliation. When you are having a good accounting and bookkeeping system, we should be reconciling every single month. And many of you think, and this kind of makes me laugh, but I just want to share it with you. Many of you think reconciling means you're only going to reconcile your bank account. No, we're going to reconcile every single credit card that you have. And a lot of business owners wonder why their accounting is so costly. If you are using 5, 6, 7 different credit cards to manage your business, we have to reconcile every single account, not just your bank account, but every account, your capital account, your Apple card that all of you guys have, your Amex card. All of those things have to be reconciled every single month. And if it's not being reconciled, how do we know that all the transactions have been properly recorded? You're probably missing out on expenses as a result of not reconciling all of your accounts every single month. Reviewing financial statements are critical. Once you close the books for the month, meaning everything is reconciled, we got all the invoices, all the receipts, all the incomes recorded, all the expenses are recorded. Now we want to issue the financial statements. At a bare bones minimum, you should have a profit and loss, an income statement, and you should have a balance sheet, and you should have a cash flow statement and a trial balance statement. Why are these things important? The profit and loss is going to tell us how much profit or loss that you had for the month, the quarter, or the year. The balance sheet tells us the value of your business and the balance in each one of your accounts, your bank accounts, the balance on your loans, and so forth. The cash flow statement tells us where your cash is coming from and where it flows out to. And the trial balance gives us the balance in every single one of your accounts that helps the accountants realize what accounts they need to adjust. At the end of the day, accounting is so mission critical. And I want to tell you some things that you shouldn't do. Don't just download all your transactions from your bank and go, here's my accounting records. No, that's not your accounting records. That is just your bank transaction. Don't give your accountant that Amex statement at the end of the year and think, oh, this is my accounting records. No, that's not your accounting records. That is your Amex management statement. Accounting has to pull in everything into one source and account for everything that has happened in your business. Even though it may be costly, even though it may take time, I can honestly tell you, speaking from 30 years of experience, the business owners that manage their books by the accounting and by the numbers, and they're doing it timely, drive profits quicker, keep more money in their pockets longer. Therefore, I want to make sure that you understand how to do that, and now you do, which is why it's time for you to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more wealth building information. Now, go get after it.